Yo.
We live.
What?
Little Chetty B mixing it up. We got the special guest, Kelson Hayes,
Yes, Kelson in the house.
up in it.
Smoking crack.
I hope not. Not in the studio, at least.
Yo, big facts. That shit out.
We got equipment in here. Mixing it up, making sure you can hear us on both sides. I can't hear what they're hearing though, so I got no clue. I can't be too
I
technical.
don't know. My phone was over there.
Oh shoot, mix that up. Sipping the juice. You can definitely hear that. Yeah, of course it's gonna be delayed, man.
Getting kind of hot from the drink.
Well, while you're here,
Good.
it's gonna take a
Sipping
minute
that
to broadcast
juice.
and get your
Gotta have the way to be for the way to feel. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like the voice and you think that it's outsourced, or it's just not.
Feeling nice. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. I said something about touch. Yo, you should swing trees. I don't know, man. What's going on, bro?
We're gonna do a podcast eventually. What?
Yo, take the skyline! Take the skyline! Nah, dude, I swear this is like the most
We've been live and we've been
What are we
vibing.
doing? What's my name?
Wait, hold up. Nah, but can you share live streams while you're not on the app? 'Cause I don't download apps.
Yeah, we've been live.
I hope someone got the fire beats back here.
Oh, yeah, we found it. I mean,
Yo, I stay fucking grounded. Yo, hey, what it does, you my cuz, that's my cousin. But what it does is, yo, Chevy Beats, this is up. All my homies in the cut, and we don't give a fuck.
Oh, beat that.
That's why I gotta be technical over here. Make sure that don't happen. You don't need to watch. Listen. That's the art of not thinking.
dude, that's what we tell people.
You gotta not think about it.
I mean, yeah, like, you know how many phones on right? I like that's one of those when I come break, like when I was with my second fiance, he told me break it. He's like, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And then like 3 days later, I got my new phone in the mail. First thing he does is like, runs up, I'm downloading all my games back on my new phone.
You got games on your phone?
Yeah, I got loads of games on my phone. But yeah, so he runs up to my lap, picks my phone up as I'm downloading like 18 games. And he's like, yeah. And then he like throws it on the ground and stabs me. The same sounds as my bro. That's how I know it's like, oh man, won't you be like me, bro? I'm fucking
Alright, I guess that's it. I mean, that wasn't really intro music, so I figured that was a good spot to end it.
It was funky, man. It was funky beats.
Some little background music for us. So we're here today, episode 2 of the Sobcast. What it does. Got the homie Kelson. Got the homie Nick. Chuddy B, as always.
Yo!
It's what it does.
Suck one, live one.
Fuck all y'all.
Fuck all you motherfuckers.
We're gonna be
Big old
talking.
fuck.
Yeah, tomorrow is Kelson's favorite holiday.
2020 sucks.
Yeah,
That's
9/11. Bomb
And
them
his
shits.
book is dropping everywhere, worldwide, planetary, interfucking-stellar,
Dropping bombs like America and Syria.
truth bombs.
Yeah, big truth bombs.
So that's what we're gonna be talking about. It hasn't dropped yet, so I haven't read it. I skimmed through it. He wrote it, so he's read it. We don't know much about it.
I've read it like 3 times now.
Yo!
Yeah, all the mics work.
If you can hear me, suck a dick.
Yo, make mushrooms. I mean, macaroni sound. That's what it is.
Macaroni
When
salad.
you suck my dick, it sounds like macaroni salad.
I fucking love it.
Sobcast, why you sobbing?
What you sobbing for? What's your problem? Why you sobbing?
Why you got thoughts?
Which they can still hear the beat on it. Yeah, just very in the background. Bring that. Nick Van. of the gods.
Some sauce.
Don't get lost in the sauce. The Sobcast. How to do the second intro. What the hell's going on here? Hold up. I need to get back in the bees. The A's are the trash bees.
Oh no! The lid.
Not the lid.
Oh shit.
Get the point.
We got one. Like I said, it's getting hot in here. You nigga a little sweaty. Feel like church in here.
Oh, Jesus.
All these black folks.
Oh, there it is.
God. Oh shit, yeah, you need some sauce. Crispy niggas matter.
Did you really just drink Pepsi? That's illegal.
Illegal.
Pepsi is an ingredient, not a drink.
It's an ingredient,
You
Nick.
want some more ingredients?
Don't you know about ingredients?
You need to get another
Don't you
ingredient
know about
to
the
make it a
difference between
drink.
an ingredient and a food?
I mean, in the mic, nigga. I don't be in the mic.
She in the podcast.
Pepsi's like lettuce, but like the food is
What?
like the meat.
Pepsi is like lettuce.
Pepsi is the lettuce of the drink department.
Lettuce
Yeah, I mean, this
is
is
the
the
water
whole
of
meat.
food.
This is the whole meat.
Lettuce is the water of food?
Yes.
I don't know about that. I feel like rice.
Lettuce is crunchy water.
Rice
Oh,
is
big
the water.
facts.
Rice is delicious.
What you got against water?
Water tastes like if nothing was
Don't
less
try to
than
put
a
a
flavor.
single taste onto water.
I like
Water is
vitamin
That's
water.
like saying all Pepsis taste the same.
Water
That
tastes
ain't
like
fucking
less
true.
than
A cherry
nothing.
Pepsi and a Pepsi
All
Pepsi.
Pepsis taste the same. There's Pepsi at the bottom.
What are
Nah.
you talking about? I mean, bro, like, what pH is the water you like? Because I've never found no good
I don't
water.
test the pH of the water before I
I
drink
always
it. I'm
test the
sorry.
pH of my water before I drink
I
it.
fail to have
And the
pH
fluoride levels.
naturally. I always test the fluoride.
Because
You
the
know,
thing
I
I
just
hate
keep my
about
handy-dandy
water,
fluoride test kit
I
in
swear
my
to God.
pocket at all fucking times.
Water.
water literally is the flavor of room
There you
temperature.
go, man.
I don't fuck
Fucking
with
said.
that.
Water is the flavor of my mouth.
Yeah,
And
it's like
I don't know
I
why
would,
Sarah kisses me if that's the case.
I would never lick my ball sweat, and my ball sweat is mostly made of water.
I
So
got
I
a
wouldn't
fan,
fuck with
nigga.
that shit.
What?
It's a little hot, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's real talk.
That's the motto of the whole video. You niggas hot.
What are you fanning yourself with? Is
My
that a Zoom-
Verizon
oh,
bill.
I thought it was a Zoomies pack sheet. It looked
Oh,
like
shit.
Zoomies, and I was like, oh god.
I'm just a real
Triggered.
nigga from Compton.
Yo,
Wait, I'm not from Compton.
I'm like off-white.
You're all flackish.
I mean, like, there's white people and there's off-white people. I'm not quite white. I'm like kind of
Okay, I
almost
finished
orange.
it.
Sarah, stop picking the cord.
Oh shit.
There's transmit noise. Look at it, man.
Leave.
I told you.
You know how you can tell a real cokehead from a fake one?
What the fuck?
Well, a real one has to take a shit when they hear about a coke. That's
I'm a
real talk.
Pepsi guy.
Facts.
Vanilla Pepsi. Cherry vanilla Pepsi.
Bro, you come up
Put
with
it
me
in
and
the
I ask for Coke,
dehydrator.
you ask me a Pepsi, okay, I'm
Put
gonna
it
pick
up.
Monopoly, brother.
Good to go.
I thought you liked good mayonnaise. Come on, man.
Mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise?
I mean, I fuck with the good mayonnaise. I fuck with the good food. I mean, shit, I
And the
make my own.
mayonnaise.
Like a good pipe bomb, I always make my own moves.
Mayonnaise.
Alright,
Mayonnaise.
we're here on the side.
We're getting into it. What you talking about? They talk about water and Pepsi and mayonnaise.
Yeah, just vibing with them.
I'm just
Shit.
like, I thought we were doing a podcast, but it's all good.
Yo, what's going on with the podcast?
It's on.
It's on right now, you know what I'm saying?
Me and you keep talking about
we've been
mayonnaise.
I mean, we
And-
live. The
What are we
podcast,
doing?
we can cut pieces
live.
as we
Oh,
need.
right.
Alright, big facts.
We
Okay.
live and we're recording the podcast
We'll be
And
doing
we're
live
live.
drinking sauce.
simultaneously.
Look at
Exactly.
you.
That's that technology.
Like a woman. No, it's not.
That is not sitting like a woman.
What, this?
See how my knees are
Yeah,
together?
no,
That's what I was just doing.
Oh, okay. I
I
thought
was
you were
like,
saying you were going to say. I was like, that's
no,
not
I was like, nah, let me stop sitting like a woman. I'm not really thinking about it, but
That needs to cool down. It's too
my
hot.
balls need to breathe.
I have to make some errands.
Yeah, hold up.
I have to run some errands.
Can I say this? And if you don't fuck with it, it can just be taken off the podcast.
I mean, we alive. You can say whatever
What
you
the fuck
want.
do I always mess with
Yo,
people
cause
for at 11
my
o'clock at
balls
night?
are like George Floyd. They need to breathe. I'm sorry.
Yes, crack cocaine.
I think that will probably get us demonetized, but you know what? I'm down to leave it on and see.
I
there
really
ain't no
wanted to say
monetization
that.
on the live, so
I really wanted to say that. I don't know why, but it's
You
like
have
my
to do-
meme. It's like my meme. It was so fire, and Facebook can't handle it. A lot of my friends don't like it, but I just fuck with it because it's good weed. Yeah, it was the meme where it's like you got George Floyd on the weed bag, and then it's like I got weed so fire, you'll be screaming I can't breathe, and I just fuck with that so heavy because I would smoke that bud.
that sounds like something Facebook will take out.
Yeah, sucks.
You're probably watching this right now. Nobody watching this right now.
Yeah, wait, hold up, suck.
You guys
You're
too
out
busy talking
there
about water.
in your lizard reptilian place. Just know you can suck these nuts, bitch.
Zuck 'em. I'm definitely cutting that one.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Zuckerberg's probably like, I will suck your nuts.
And get the whole page shut down.
Yo,
All the
facts.
pages.
I'm surprised I haven't been sucked yet. Ever since I was Jesus, I haven't been sucked. Like,
You can't zuck Jesus.
no facts. Like, I don't even know if I'm Jesus, but the fact I haven't been sucked is like,
Proves you are.
I guess.
So,
I fuck with it.
okay, so since we're doing the podcast, someone who's stumbling across this might not necessarily know. Tell them a little bit about you being Jesus. Was it earlier this year or was it late last year? I don't
It
remember.
was 2019 in November. So,
Yeah, I feel you were starting it, and then you came here, and I hadn't seen you like over the New Year, and then for a few months after, because you were doing your world traveling, your ministry, I guess. So
Right,
tell us a little
right.
bit about that.
So, in like November of 2019, I became Jesus from a series of events, like, fucking, basically, yeah, I mean, like, I'm an acid overdose. I was Jesus for like 6 to 7 months, walking around in my bathroom and whatnot, telling everybody the good word. And the good word is basically we're all God inside God infinitely, perceiving God from every single angle of God. And so I went around doing that for like 7 months, and they locked me in a psych ward. They couldn't convince me I wasn't Jesus, and I was on like max dose pills. And then it's like, how do you feel? Well, I mean, you can sedate God, but you can't stop God. And this just kept upping my dose. And then at some point, I just ended up homeless in England. I was just like, you know what? I mean, nah, like, I'm good on this. People don't fuck with Jesus. Like, there you go, God. That's your answer. And then I was just like, no, I'm gonna go back to Bible.
Back in England, how'd you get back to the States?
My mates, a handful of my mates wanted to pay for me to get a plane ticket to come back here because I was basically homeless in England, just sleeping on the
stranded,
streets.
fucking around.
They were like, dude, we'll pay for you to get a
Being
plane
afloat.
ticket back. We'll get back, like, we'll all link up together and we'll get you back here. And then when my parents heard that, they were like, well, if your friends are gonna spend all their money together to get you back here, we'll just pay for you to get a plane ticket back. Like, we didn't mean to send you there to get fucked up. It's like, I mean, we're okay, thanks.
Nice. Shout out to Kelson's parents.
Big facts, thank you.
Haven't
It
met
wasn't
them, they
for
seem
you,
like nice people.
I'd still be homeless in England.
I wouldn't want to be this dude's parent. That's all I know.
I mean,
So
dude,
bless them.
I got mad respect for them because they've somehow tolerated me. Like, my whole life. Like, they've never tried to murder me. And,
Didn't
like,
take you to the fire station.
yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive. I wouldn't say a piece of shit.
Struggle.
Yeah,
Struggle.
like, how are you gonna deal with your, like, son telling you, I am Jesus Christ! And then you're, like, a Christian.
You sure?
Oh,
You went this time.
but yeah.
That's usually the cup I drink out of, though. I live here. Or the tall one. That's like it because the line is the perfect vodka level.
You know what? Since we're on the topic of Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah, thanks. What would you do if your, like, son, Malcolm, grew up to put on a white bathrobe like I did and tells you, like, he's Jesus Christ? Like, tells the whole thing, like, what'd you do?
I support him.
Facts.
I mean, I feel like my son's gonna be the Picasso at this generation. So like anything he wants to do, as long as it has something to do with creating something or making art, I'm down with it. Like if he comes to me, he was like, "Oh, I want to be a mortgage broker," I'm gonna be like, "You're just dumb."
Yeah, facts.
But it's like, yo, I want to be Jesus and want to roam around the streets. I'll be like, cool, man.
dude, yeah.
Here's
It's a really
$1,000.
cool
Good
venture.
luck.
I mean, shit, if I had that kind of support, I probably would still be Jesus.
He ain't gonna be no mortgage broker though.
Oh,
That's all I
yeah,
know.
facts. Yeah, no, I totally feel you there. Like, when I was in school, like, when they would ask me what I want to be when I grow up, I had like 3 answers. I want to be a pirate, I want to be a mercenary, or I want to be an author.
Mercenary pirate Arthur.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Why you gotta choose?
Yeah.
You can be all three.
exactly. I mean, like, the only thing I haven't really done yet is pirate. I guess gypsy is like an offshoot. Like, mercenary, I've like sold my service.
I mean, have you illegally downloaded any software ever?
yeah, I'm
You a pirate.
I want to be a cool pirate though. I want to be a real pirate. I want to like.
I've always
get, like,
wanted a boat. I mean, we live at the ocean. You gotta have a boat.
Like
that's,
dead ass.
that's the dream one day.
When I was in school, I told my teacher straight up, it's like, I want to be a pirate. Like, you can get a boat, like a little sailboat with a group of your friends, get some guns. You guys take the boat.
Oh no, I need a motor.
I mean,
Sailboat? You can't
not
pirate
any
with a
kind of boat.
sailboat
You
nowadays.
you can get a fucking speedboat,
You
bro.
you
But
need
what
a
you
speedboat.
do-
You
what
gotta be
you
able to
do-
run them down.
You get your homies with your guns, you take over a sailboat, you either hold them hostage, murk them, throw them overboard, who gives a shit. Now, once you've got these boats,
How are we
you
still
keep getting
live?
fleets.
How are they letting us talk
I
about
feel
this?
like I'm gonna get murked for saying this shit. But like, bro,
We're
if
not
you-
planning anything. We're talking hypothetically.
Yeah, hypotheticals, but if you take enough boats, you got enough sailboats, or fishing boats, you go over to the Coast Guard where they're trying to stop you because you're about to illegally cross over the water line, whatever the fuck. It's like, bro, there's no lines in the water. I'm about to bust captain you, son, and then you shoot with like fucking Coast Guard. They're all dead. You take their guns, their body armor, their boats, their machine gun boat things, and then you go over to like one of the little naval carriers and shit. Now you start blasting them from afar, and then once you get enough dudes close up to that Navy boat, you start climbing up the ladder on the boat type shit. Once you're on the ground, you start blasting these niggas like it's Call of Duty type shit, I'm saying. And once you got a whole ass Navy carrier boat with the aircrafts and that, you got sky pirates in this bitch. I'm talking man in the
Sky
sky
pirates.
type shit. Facts.
Airships.
Facts. I'm talking, what's that game called? That game where you're in the sky, like the sky pirates, like No Man's Land or No Man's Sky or some shit. Like I'm talking like, you're
I was
like,
thinking Bioshock Infinite,
Hmm.
but I never played that.
I
for
mean,
real.
I'm talking like Ace Combat on the computer type shit, like blasting planes out
Microsoft
the
Flight
sky.
Simulator 3.
Facts, exactly. And you're just blasting these dudes into the ground and shit. You're dropping airstrikes that your land pirates can get on. Because we're all pirates. It doesn't matter if you're Navy, military, aircraft, boat, dude, gun. It doesn't matter. You're a pirate. Now you're blasting people on the ground. We don't really need to declare these continental wars because we're trying to claim the seas. Because the seas ain't no man's land.
Here's my plan, man. For real. This is my serious plan.
Yeah.
Get a boat. And this ain't my serious plan for anybody watching. Get a boat, right?
Right.
And then you just go, man. They got islands that are fully developed, just out in the middle of nowhere, that have been abandoned forever.
No,
I'm just gonna
dude,
find me my
definitely.
own island. I'm just gonna vibe.
I mean, for real, like that's honestly
I found the
my real
perfect
goal.
island on the Google Maps. It's like a circle. It's got like a fucking big ass lake in the middle of it, and it's just land all the way around that bitch. It's beautiful. That's where I'm gonna live. Is it an
Sure.
abandoned military base? Maybe, but I mean, what are they gonna do about 40 people living on there?
So that's my logic. Is like if I make money off my books,
This is about his books. Everybody, if you're listening to this, watching it in the future, in the past, right now, is The Art of Not Thinking
yeah.
on Amazon, on everything.
I'm even
Pre-order?
selling
Can you
it.
pre-order? It's free for the first week, I read, right?
Yeah. So the ebook, I can do it for free for 5 days of the total book's lifespan. So those 5 days, I figure like 9/11, 9/15, it's free. Like you can download it from Amazon, from Kindle, download your shit. You don't have to pay nothing. After that, it's $3 for the ebook. It's gonna be $10 for the physical when I release it. I'm getting proofing copies on the 12th of September, so that'll be Saturday.
Nice.
But yeah, no. If I actually legit make money off these books, you remember when I was telling you about the Jesus charity I was gonna do when I was being Jesus?
Sure. I mean, maybe not, but maybe. You talk more about it. Maybe I'll remember.
All right. So basically, like the government uses charities as loopholes loopholes. That's
Yeah,
how they evade
loopholes.
taxes and all that shit.
Offshore bank accounts, all
Yeah,
that shit.
exactly. So I would start a charity that's basically like a thoughtless society, like no government, like it's an anarchy, like except not like the rape violence kind of anarchy, more like we're all just living together, working because we're all humans, and we all fuck with each other, vibing, chilling, and no tax, no money, just hanging out, growing weed, doing whatever the fuck.
On an
Charity.
island
I mean, on an
where we
island
can't
off-grid-
escape.
I mean, it's
Okay, I'm
anywhere.
sorry. The island's probably not a good idea.
No, yeah, it's not gonna be an island. It'd be like any kind of land for. I just buy land if I make enough money off the books, and I would start this thoughtless charity society, and we wouldn't have to pay taxes. It's charity. The land's paid off because we bought it. And if I made that kind of money, I would just literally start a charity growing hemp where we can all live freely, just for working there, chilling, doing whatever we do. No laws, no thoughts, no government, no tax, no money, no religion, no structure, nothing, just thoughtlessness. And basically, if that makes money, then it could expand. And if it expanded to a point that it took over the world, I mean, that'd be cool. I don't really give a shit. I just want to have my own little area that I don't have to think about stupid shit that doesn't matter. And that's what I'm going to use the money I make from my books on, is basically creating a thoughtless society.
So what I'm hearing is if you want to live in Kelson's commune, you gotta get multiple copies of his book.
I mean, yeah.
If you're like 3 or 4, buy your mom a copy, buy your grandma a copy.
But no, that's the beauty of it, is like, I don't have.
What's
a
your
lease.
target audience? We're talking about this
Everybody.
about something else. What's your target? Like everybody, that's not a what's your target audience? Who needs to read this book?
I
Who
mean,
needs to?
honestly, if you feel like the government is here to help us, and we should be paying taxes for public services, and if you think that certain people's lives are worth saving more than others, and if you want to vote for this guy or that guy because it's the better of two evils, or if you realize the government would tax the very air we breathe, or if you wonder, like, why do we do stupid shit? Like, work a 9-to-5 job for a company doing, like, fucking paperwork that doesn't even really make anything. Like, what have you ever done about your life? Do you question that kind of stupid shit? This book is probably good for you. You might not want to read it, though, if you question types of shit, though. Like, if you really think that the war in Iraq was over freedom because these people were living in mud huts and we helped them, then you might not want to read the book, because you're probably going to get upset when you realize that the America waged that war over oil and all types of interests that were not freedom.
I feel like a lot of people are hip to that. I mean, it's the Great Awakening,
I mean,
as
yeah,
they call
exactly.
it.
It's basically like, if you're tired of living a bullshit life full of thoughts and you want to realize how to be happy without having to do anything, it's a good book. It's basically like, hey, do you give a fuck about a lot of stuff? Do you want to stop giving a fuck about that stuff? Watch how I did it. It works. I don't give a fuck about anything. Like, what's the worst thing you can imagine happening, for example? Like,
To like me or to like the whole world? or
no,
to,
to like you personally. Like your girlfriend breaks up with you, you lose your house, you get raped. Like,
I mean, I got children, so you can imagine what the worst thing to me would be.
somebody
even wanna say it.
kidnapping your child.
I mean, anything. Don't even talk about that.
Okay, yeah.
There's all sorts of I mean, it's a scary place, the world we live
But
in
see,
nowadays.
that's the thing. Now, this is really fucked up. It's not really fucked up. I mean, honestly, imagine you could not care about your child, and your child could not care about you, and it made your bond even tighter, because you guys are just vibing at this point. And you know your kid's unfuckwittable, so you just don't have to think about it anymore. Like,
I mean, I don't think that works with the 2-year-old.
yeah, not like a 2-year-old. But like, 2-year-olds can't even read. They don't even know how to comprehend that.
I mean, I'm
level.
gonna raise my children to be self-sufficient. Like when they're 14, 15, 16, they're gonna pretty much be adults. Like they're
But,
not gonna be
like-
relying on me. I'm not
But
gonna
that's
be
the
worried
thing.
about it.
It's like there's different types of self-sufficiency. Like thoughtlessness is like the ultimate type of like self-sufficiency to the point where it's like, let's say that you and them don't get along when they're 13, 14, and then you kick them out when they're 17.
I mean, who gets along with their parents when they're 13,
So
14?
hypothetically, they run away when they're 17. If they and you have the power of the book, essentially, you could throw them out at 17, not give a shit. You're living your life. They could get thrown out at 17, not give a shit. They're living their life. And you guys are both going with the flow to the point where it's like, your paths will split, but they'll come back around together. And you won't even give a fuck at the stupid shit of like, oh, well, you kicked me out when I graduated high school. Because it's going to be like, well, when you kicked me out, I ended up moving in with my friend, and then we went on this adventure, and then we ended up doing all this crazy shit. And then I went through this whole life. Anyways, I'm getting married next week, and I want you to come to the wedding to see me and my new wife. And it might be some weird ass shit. And if
Let's
you
do it,
give
I
a
don't
shit,
care.
Like, exactly. I mean, it's like, you never know where life will take you, and when you get too fucked up by stupid shit that happens, you prevent.
I
like,
think you would
bullshit
definitely
from
have to
happening.
give a fuck to kick your kid out at 17, though.
No, you
If my
do.
kid wants to
Big
leave at
facts.
17, I mean, I would
Well,
hope
I
that I
mean-
taught them enough for them to be able to take care of
I
themselves.
mean, it's like, I don't even remember the bullshit that led me to getting kicked out when I was 17. I know I was doing and trying to deal in drugs, but I got kicked out when I was 17. I ended up in a brothel when I was like 18. I ran away when I was 19. Ended up in charity when I was 20. It was really weird. It was a crazy ass fucking adventure. If I hadn't given a fuck about all those things, I might not be cool with a lot of different people that I'm still cool with today, but I just don't give a fuck. It was
I mean,
an
do you
adventure.
think if your parents didn't give a fuck though and just let you stay with them during all this, you think you'd be better off?
I honestly don't know because my life could have sucked more. So it might be like my friends that still live with their parents. They're 27, they're 28, they're
Yeah,
25,
nobody
still
wants
playing
that.
Xbox. I don't want to be that. I was not that because I moved into my dad's rapist's house and then I lived in the brothel for like 6 months. Ran away, contacted the police. Police laughed at me. Then there was a whole police case. Then I ended up working in charity because like somehow through the government assistance program I was in, I made a friend.
What
who
that
was
charity
great.
do?
I mean, they basically promoted me as the manager. They worked for the homeless.
Like what they do? Like
They
a charity.
employed homeless people to stop them from being homeless, and they used all the proceeds to go to homeless programs within the country. It's an international charity. It's Emmaus International.
Okay. Sorry, I kind of
Really great
derailed
charity.
you.
No,
Just
they're
curiosity.
No, it's a totally great commune. It's like a hippie commune, but a charity that helps the homeless.
So kind of
it's
what
like-
you want to do, except for
Exactly.
I mean,
it's
I
pretty
don't
much
know if
exactly what I
homelessness
want to
is
do.
exactly one of your main focuses, but
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
it's
if you
my
let people live in
focus
your
is
commune,
everywhere.
they're not going to be homeless.
Because the only difference between me and Emmaus would essentially be one, they don't have Emmaus in America because America kind of shut down the two Emmauses they had here because they were self-sufficient.
I mean, we don't like
Doesn't
homeless
that.
people in America.
They don't like self-sufficiency in this country.
We don't like nothing.
Like, soon as you see a charity that's like taking homeless people, giving them work and shelter and housing and
That ain't cool.
expanding, yeah, no, it's like
We
we're
need
gonna
to put
shut
the
it down.
homeless people in the ocean.
Like, usually they just assassinate you, but for the charity, because it's big in the rest of the world, like literally every other country in the world knows about it except America.
Yeah, I've never heard of
Like,
it.
yeah, we can't really assassinate the people here. We can just shut their charity down and make it unfunctional. The Goodwill Salvation
Unfuckwithable.
Army. Being unfuckable is really important, though.
Unfuckwithability.
It's something that you need to have. If you don't have it, you need to figure out how the fuck to get it. Like,
How do you get it? Does your book help that?
oh,
Is your book gonna tell me how to be unfuckwithable?
well, there's several
That was the
types.
first chapter. I read the whole first chapter.
Yeah, I mean, there's several types of unfuckwithability. Nah, you read the first chapter. That's fuck giving. Unfuckwithability is like chapter 4 or 5. I believe
my
it's 5. Oh, you're good.
How you mixed up? Unfuckwithability.
Yeah, but basically, unfuckwithability is when no matter what is going on around you, who's fucking with you, nothing can fuck with you. Like, let's say the police bust in here, put me in jail. An unfuckwithable person just sees it as like, well, I was hanging out with my homie doing this podcast, and the police bust in. They said I had weed on me, and I was about to smoke it, but now I'm in a jail cell. Now I just got free food and housing for the rest of my life, I guess. Like, that's unfuckwithable. A fuckwithable person, one, they're gonna be like, why am I here? I've got so many other obligations. Dude, I got work tomorrow at 7, so could you make sure that I get home before 7? And then, like, when I get to work, blah, 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 blah. And then when the police bust in and raid you, you're gonna be thinking about, how am I gonna pay my bills? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? I can't go to jail right now. I don't like the food there. Like, that's fuckwithable, bro. Like, if you're eating, that's food. Who gives a shit what it is? I'll eat fucking tree bark. I'm not gonna eat dog shit, 'cause I just don't fuck with that flavor. That's just my mind. But you can eat dog shit probably. Like, who knows? I'm not gonna find out. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think so.
Like, yeah, I don't want to find out. Like, I mean, dogs eat food. It gets digested. They poop it out.
Watch that
Maybe
cup
it's
right
still
there.
food. Dude, it's dog shit. Like, still food. If they ate food and made it, like, not food. What? I don't know.
Where'd everybody go? I thought we were having a podcast.
Yeah, facts. Dude, you know what's wrong with you? Is this podcast pause-castable?
I mean, we can leave on a little intermission. Nobody's watching right now. People have been watching in and out.
Oh, nobody's even watching it?
Oh shit, that recording stopped.
Oh, wait, we're not even recording?
We were. I thought it did for an hour at a time, but I guess it does for 30 minutes at a time.
Where'd it pause? That'd be so
I mean, everything's recorded because it's on the live stream, and that's going to be up on the thing.
Yeah, I got my phone still, so I can even look at the watch. Oh my god.
Alright, we're going to go on an intermission. And we'll leave you with a little beat.
Alright, are you telling me that?
We're still live.
Wait, how are we live if we're not
Live.
recording?
Two different things.
Oh! I thought they were the same one. Does anyone want to go live? Let's look at
Sorry for the wait, yo.
Coming back, man. Hold up, man. I'm getting hot.
What? It's getting a little hot. What can I say?
I vibe with it. It's like, I can
Hey, boy.
Yeah, fuck with it.
Better when it's not a lot of people for this bitch.
Yeah, man.
You got too many heads up in here. Sorry for the long loop ass, loop of the music, but I had to do what I had to do.
Yo, he was beating his meat. Taking my hand. I love you, man. Love y'all too, man.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah, fuck you. Con ass motherfucker. I wanna be like Lil Jon.
Yeah.
No. I mean, he doesn't play better.
Bro, it's just too easy.
Jump down. He's like, fuck you, bro. I heard that. No, stop.
World to make the best beat.
Have to come up like this.
That's that beat right there. That's that little. Rational playing shit. Or these beats right now. Purple. Purple, man. Purple's the best album. So good. God damn. That was dope. It really was. We're right into it. Hey. We're still alive, bro. We're still alive.
They call cops.
I'm learning. I'm gonna get this. Video's gonna be a lot good a journey. I mean, I love old times live, but I mean, this shit.
This is so fucking
Bombs. They got the bombs, bro.
was it?
Hey! Christmas up in this bitch.
That's what I was feeling, bro.
You just gotta switch the whole. You gotta do the journey, man.
Why is it Christmas?
It's so glad that you fucking made it.
I don't know why. I just fucking that happened in the moment.
Man, that's hard to get.
Alright, getting back into it.
Yeah.
So,
Where'd we leave off? What are we talking about? Your book's coming out.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
We still haven't really talked about it though.
Oh,
We talked about Teddy B on the mic. We talked about your experience with Jesus. We talked about your homecoming, your upbringing,
Oh yeah.
all that shit. So let's talk about the. I mean, we talked a little bit about the book. Let's really talk about it. Why did you write it? What is happening? What's going on?
Well, it's like that's a pretty interesting question. Like basically,
I got the questions. You can't say that about
You gotta
me.
speak
You
loud
can't
in
say.
that mic, make sure they hear you.
You gotta speak into it.
Oh, big facts. Okay, so
Say it with your chest.
With the chest.
Hell yeah!
Go real tough. Yeah, but so basically what happened with the book is like my original boss at the window washing, my first boss, Kevin. Like,
Shout out to Kevin.
Yo, big facts, real talk. Facts. Shout out to Kevin.
Shout out Kevin.
But yeah, so Kevin was hitting me up, like talk about like, yo, I mean, cause like the whole time I worked with him, he was always like, how the fuck you think like you do, motherfucker? And he was always telling me I should write a book about the way I think, like, cause like to make other people think like me, or not even that so much, just like, yo, how the fuck do you think the way you do? Like, your thoughts are all
insight.
fucked up. Yeah. So like he wanted me to write like a window into my brain, so I was like, you know what?
Soul.
Yeah, facts, real talk.
Your brain soul.
So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And then I did it, and it was like 22 pages. And then I was like, you know what? This could actually be some like legit shit. Like I actually fucked with this. Like I did it as a joke, but then I was like, maybe I'll like just follow through and actually like write a real book about it. And then the more I got into it, the more I realized, like, you know what? People really do think too much. people have so many fucking thoughts in their heads, and like I don't give a fuck.
They're not letting the time for them to come in. You know what I'm saying? Most of the thoughts that you think are already programmed for something else.
No, exactly. I mean, it's like, what made you call people your name? It's like, what's your name, bro?
My name's Chetty. Chetty B.
Chetty B.
Facts. Nobody can tell you your name. You told people your name. But what's the government name they gave you?
Chetty B.
Oh shit.
Chet. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Chester.
Chester. Chester.
Chet. See, that's the thing. Like, my name is not my fucking name. Even if you look on my Facebook and my About Me info and shit, I literally say in that bitch, I don't have a real fucking name because my name's a fucking title. My dad named me Kelson because that's short for Kelvin's son. So I don't even have a real name. My name is literally that I am my dad's son because my dad's name's Kelvin, so I'm his son. It's like, well, then what's my fucking name? I go by Fan personally.
I'm gonna name my next son
Simpson? Bruh,
Simpson.
big fact. That's the shit. I mean, it's like,
Jetson.
I'm not even mad about it. I just,
Chenderson.
I love the irony of it. It's like my dad
Chesterton.
named me his son, and then he left my mom. So it's
Hell
like,
yeah.
bro, you're my son. And then it's like, dude, who's your dad?
Calvin.
Yeah, facts. No, I know my dad's name. I just don't really know my dad. But I mean, I'm not bothered. But
Shouts out Calvin, wherever
Yeah,
you
facts.
are. I know
I mean,
when
you
my
know that
homie
my
Kelson
mom-
makes it big, you're gonna be coming up and you're gonna be like, oh man, what's up? So shouts out to you.
yeah, I mean,
No
I
hard
don't hate my
feelings.
dad. I don't feel any type of way against or for him. I vibe with him when I do, because like we just really be doing our own things. Like we're all over the place. Like I feel like most people are like. I mean, I don't remember the last time me and you linked up, but it's been a minute. We doing our thing.
When was the last time? It was like 4th of July, won't it? I had a bunch of people over.
Oh, wasn't it?
Around, yeah.
Wait, how long ago is July from now?
Like a month and a half ago.
Hold up.
Oh, the beat.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I guess it was 2
2.5.
months.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2 months.
yeah.
A little over.
That's surprising. I really did not think July was that far from September. It's like 1 minute it's like
That's
4th
just
of
how we
July,
are, man.
next minute
We don't
it's
see each other
9/11.
for a few months.
Yeah, we
never know.
I love it that the irony is that like last time we linked up was on the holiday where Americans blow stuff up to celebrate freedom.
And
And
I
the
like
next
blowing
time
stuff
they link
up.
up is when
That's what they
America
do.
gets blown up in the name of freedom. It's like,
That duality.
you will not take my oil, infidel scum! And then it's like, boom, America got blown up. Literally 1776. Look, mate, we ain't paying your T-tax, bro. We're gonna blow you up in that, bro. And then boom, it blew up. Both times there was explosions. Both times we were there.
Back to the book.
Oh yeah.
Obviously drops on 9/11. You talk about 9/11 at all in it?
I've referenced it like 2 or 3 times, I think, throughout the entire book. So at one point, there is a meme in the book, because my book has memes, because some people are literally in the point where their life, I don't really give a shit, but if you can't read a book, I got you. It's got memes in it,
Got
bro.
the memes.
Like, you can read your basic picture book, or you can read your deep book. But either way, I got you. But, so yeah, like, there's like 2 or 3 memes that reference 9/11, where it's like, yo, you finna fuck with me? See me drop this shit like them Twin Towers on 9/11? And it's like, yeah, that's a meme. That's a meme in the book. So, like, yeah, it does reference 9/11. Another thing it references is Jews. Because, like, on a level. Like,
Can't talk about that.
I mean, Nick Cannon.
I mean,
I'm trouble for being
I-
anti-Semitic, man. You know what I'm
Rest in
saying?
I
peace.
don't give a shit. I don't give
Rest
a
in
fuck.
peace, wilding out.
So like my whole thing with the Jews is it's like, all right, look, if you want to follow the art of not thinking, this book pertains to everybody. Jews in particular, it's like, bro, you've got lots of thoughts. Think about the Holocaust, for example. How you feel about that? Oh, you feel a type of way? Bro, that's a thought. You need to get rid of that shit. Were you in the Holocaust? No. Was your grandma in the Holocaust? Probably not. Well, let's say they say yes. Okay. Are you your grandmother? No. Is your grandmother still alive? Yes. Or let's say no. Well, she's dead, bro. Why are you still thinking about a dead bitch you never even met? Like, you died in the Holocaust, you're already dead, bro. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean with it, but it's like, why you gotta think about thoughts that don't even affect you? Like, what's your dead grandmother gonna do to you?
Exactly.
I mean, like, yeah, because, I mean, my grandmother
Not a
stepped,
damn
like,
thing.
2 steps up to me once when I was, like, 10 years old because I was saying some stupid shit to her. And she stepped up 2 steps above me because she's shorter than me. Now, this bitch is sitting here staring me dead in the face like, you're not going to talk to me like that. I'm your grandmother. And I was like, fuck you, bitch. And she took her flip-flop off and smacked me in the fucking face.
What the hell?
Yeah, no, facts. I mean, I was a little smart-ass little piece of shit bitch. But, you know what? If my grandmother had died in the Holocaust, she wouldn't be able to step up 2 steps above me and smack me in the fucking face. So why don't you think about that dead grandmother in the fucking Auschwitz cemetery or whatever the fuck?
My grandmother
Real talk, you ain't gonna be smacking
Is
no
also
grandchildren.
Jewish.
and one time she picked me up by the hair. So now I hate the Jews.
Nah, I mean...
That was a
I don't know.
joke. For everybody.
That was a joke.
I'm sorry I can say that shit so
That was-
deadpan, but,
That was like bad, bro.
but all jokes are based in truth.
You know what? One time when I was like 15, me and a handful of my buddies, we go out. You ever heard of pennying?
Penny
Yeah,
boarding?
pennying.
Not Penny Gordon.
No, just pennying.
Is it like an art of using something pennies?
Yeah.
Is it a British
Someone-
thing?
So you take a handful of change, preferably pennies, and you just throw that shit out of a moving vehicle at someone, some random pedestrian.
Oh
you choose to
yeah, that
victimize.
makes sense. That penny,
Penny,
like cracks the
yeah.
shit out of it.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna like bust the fuck out of this bitch. One time, me and my buddy were cruising around pennying, and we hit these 2 kids at their bus stop. I'm talking like fucking, I had at least $1.23 in pennies. That's a lot of pennies. It's like
I pity
100,
them bitches.
it's 123 fucking pennies. I hit
At
these-
your face!
Yeah, facts. Like, I hit these 2 kids dead ass. In the fucking face and chest. I had good aim at the time because I was young. I was like 15, 16, 17. We hit these 2 kids. You know what the first thing those 2 little motherfuckers did? Take a guess. Everybody online, too, take a guess. What do you think those 2 kids did? when I
I'm just
hit them
thinking about how
fucking
fucked up
pennies?
your story is, man. These 4 kids! I don't know fucking crime, man. This dumb asshole just hit him with a bunch of pennies. The fuck are you talking about?
Nigga, you're not supposed to be
Nah. These are some real Jew kids. They stooped down and they picked up every single one of them fucking
Man,
pennies.
that's not even cool. Yeah, damn.
I don't know why I did that. I did it when I was a kid. I mean, but that's why I died when I was 18. I literally died. I died on acid. I had an overdose. I died and I met God and I got judged for the life I lived. I saw all that shit and I realized, like, this is exactly why I'm fucking dead and why I deserve to be dead. I don't even deserve a life. You judge yourself for the life you live when you die.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I already knew that. I've
Yeah.
known that.
I mean, that's another thing I preach in the book. Like, on a real talk, like, that's like some real shit. Like, you judge yourself. So, like, that's why I don't do
Which is
fuck shit
why-
like that now.
I told him earlier, I had a conversation with Nick and another friend talking about how we should rule ourselves, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Oh,
need
yeah,
a
I mean,
king or a president
100%.
or
Like,
any of that shit. You just need to rule yourself and figure out because life's gonna show you regardless.
Like, you ever notice, like, when you're with, like, a chick, the dudes that rape chicks,
Yeah.
you ever notice, like, I'm not even trying to get into, like, no trigger warning shit or no fucked up shit right now. I'm being, like, dead ass serious. But you ever
Don't
notice...
fuck with those dudes on site.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
facts, yeah. But, like, you ever notice it's, like, in a hypothetical. Let's say me and you are, like, the dude and the chick. Like, I rape you or you rape me. Either way, who gives a shit? But, like, you ever notice when you call the motherfucker out, they get mad? Like, they get, like, hella fucking, like,
Defensive.
evil. Nah, I'm not even talking defensive. I'm talking, like, evil on some shit. It's like, bro,
Evil
you
defensive.
raped me. Like, you'll punch a hole in the wall, you'll break my laptop, you'll fucking beat the shit out of me, getting all mad about some shit that you did. And, like, you don't even know how to explain it. That's the whole reason you're mad, because you know it was fucked up, and you don't even know how to explain it, and you can't get over it, so you just keep doing that shit. And it's like, it's fucked up. It's a really weird ass thing. I don't know. Like, I know loads of people that sit here and they victimize themselves, where it's like, bro, I cheated on my girlfriend, and I don't know what to do, I can't help it, like, what do I do? And it's like, bro, you literally just said the problem and the solution, and the whole reason this is your fault, all in the same sentence, and you still can't see that shit. Like, I don't get that shit.
blind, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's the art of not thinking, is like, you're not blind, you're ignoring it, you're justifying yourself, you're sitting here telling yourself, no, I didn't do that because this, and it's like, no, fuck the thoughts, what was it?
Fuck
Did I
the thoughts.
steal the sock off your fucking foot, or did you give me a
Fuck the
sock?
thigh, steal some socks.
Like, you're making up lies and shit to try and justify how you robbed your homie. And you're talking about how you're gonna live and die for this homie, and it's like, bro, you literally just robbed him like 20 minutes ago, and you're still trying to convince yourself why it was okay, and it doesn't make sense. why you're still thinking. Like, thoughts. Like, they come from shit that you know is wrong, that you just don't like knowledge. If you're doing the right thing, you don't even think about it, you just do it. Like, you see a kid being raped, do you plot out how to murder the rapist? Like, every single fucking detail? Or do you just murk that
That's why they
bitch?
say it's
Mark
good to
'em.
go with the flow.
Mark 'em.
Because the flow's gonna lead you to whatever it is.
Not only that, you know how people argue about free will all the time and fate and shit? If you think about it, going with the flow is literally realizing that you have the free will to react how you do to the fated circumstance.
Yeah, so you're choosing not to do crazy or choosing more not to react.
Yeah, I mean,
You
let's
become
say,
more aware of that reaction.
yeah, like if either of you told me that I should go fuck myself because I'm like piece of shit, I choose how I react to that. Either way, you guys are gonna say that shit. Nothing I can do can prevent that. Nothing that happens can be prevented because it happens. You can choose how you react to that shit, and how you react to that shit determines what happens next. Life is a game of chess, and we're always playing in the moment. But we're always thinking moves ahead, and when those moves no longer become playable because other moves happen to us, because it's not as
I
you
say it's
making
checkers.
moves.
Yeah, I used to say it's chess, but now I say it's checkers because, like, if you think about, like, how grid is and just how you put pellets on it, you know what I'm saying? It's just, if you put too much,
Chinese checkers.
what I'm saying, you put too much into the labels of, like, the knights, the kings, all this.
But I mean, either game,
everything is just a simple.
the one similarity between all the games, though, is you make
Chinese
your
checkers,
move,
right?
I make
Yeah,
my
yeah,
move,
play
you
that
make
shit.
your move. It's not you make your move, you make your move, you make your move, I make my move. It's you make your move, I make mine, you make yours, I make mine.
Everybody
But
making moves.
It happens in such
the same
fast
time.
real time,
Simultaneously.
because- yeah, I mean, but we're not the players. So when you
We're just
see
the
these
game.
moves happening, yeah, you just have to adapt to what's happening around you. We're always trying to figure out what's happening around us to react to that shit. What you need to realize is what's happening in your square. All the other squares don't matter because that's not your square. You need to find out what's going on in your square, fix that shit, and then when all your shit's fixed, you don't gotta give a fuck about the other squares because you've already got your square sorted. Like, everybody else's square is their problem. The squares people aren't at, that's not your problem, that's not their problem, that's a fucking square. If you want to take that square, take that square, but that's your fucking move, and you need to react to what happens next. Do you want to quit your job, or do you want to play it safe? If you play it safe, you might lose out on opportunities. If you quit your job, you might put yourself in a fuck shit where you won't even notice the opportunities you gain because you're so fucked up by all the shit you just lost. Like, you need to play it constantly in the heat of the moment of where you are in position to what you want. But what you want, you should already have. If you don't have it, then you don't need it. And if you don't need it, if you can let go of it, you're so much more powerful. There's people out here in this world chasing pussy, and this pussy doesn't even want them. It's like you're gonna sit here and hunt down a bitch that doesn't even want to put out for you. And you're gonna fight your whole life around that shit. When you could have gotten a better job, you could have gotten better opportunities, you could have helped your friends dig up their shit, you could have had fucking your own shit. You could have even found a better bitch. But instead you want to chase this shit that's not yours to begin with, and you put your whole life around it, but you don't even notice all the shit going on around you. Like, you're trying to go to work, you don't even realize you could have just met your new boss walking down the street because this dude asked you what time it was, you told him to go fuck yourself. That could have been your new boss. But you're sitting here focused on getting to work on time. Like, maybe somebody stops you in the middle of the street asking, like, yo, can I get a cigarette? Yo, I'm about to be late to work. Go fuck yourself. You just lost a friend. Yo, here, yeah, I got you. Yeah, what you about to do? I'm about to go to work. I'm kind of running late, but yo, it was good to meet you, bro. Yeah, here, take my number, bro. If you ever lose your job, I got you. That's a conversation you wouldn't have. You told him to go fuck himself off the bat. Like, you never know where shit will lead. People meet their wives fucking through their friends and shit. But people sit here and act like, oh, I'm going to find my wife. She's going to be exactly what I'm looking at. And
I
it's
stole
like,
my girl from my homie.
exactly. You never know how you're going to get your girl. You never know how you're going to get your job. Some of my best jobs I got by accident. Some of my worst jobs I applied to. Like, if I pissed on myself, I'm not even mad. I'm just laughing. Most people are trying to figure out where to get a new pair of pants. What to do with this pair of pants. Bro, if I have to take my clothes off, I will walk down the road naked. I shit myself in school. I don't give a fuck. Like, people doubt me sometimes. Like, you don't know the levels of grime I'm about to go to, you know? Like, I mean, maybe I'm gonna shit on your chest. Maybe I'm gonna shit on your mom's chest. Maybe I'm gonna shit on my own chest. You wanna find out how I do that shit? Pay me $10 on OnlyFans. I'll show you. I'll show you all sorts of shit. I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm offering right now.
About to take a break, yeah.
Yeah, no, I need a break after saying some stupid shit like that.
shit playing for a little bit because apparently, Sec just wants us to keep going. Still got the beats. Why not? I mean, they have one out there.
I know. About to pick Yoshimitsu and beat someone's ass.
Somebody pick Yoshimitsu and beat someone's ass real quick. About to pick Shang Tsung.
Yo, I mean, cause you gotta admit, Yoshimitsu was a cool ass motherfucker. Had that like fucking katana sword, and he's all like, "Yo, I'm gonna slice you bitches." Like, get rid of like. Break another man and make eye contact and not hear. That's weird. My fault, yo. I can't let stop the recording.
We still alive? Oh man, he ain't even playing no music or nothing. I'm about to mix it up for you guys. Don't worry. Nobody's watching. We're good to go. God damn, he just left you on nothing.
back into talking about it.
Yeah, that's all that.
Finish off the podcast and the live stream.
Okay. It's been a crazy long live stream of beats.
Yeah, we just be making live streams.
Okay. Oh shit, pre-order loud, ready for release.
Alright, so we're back at it. Final segment. Any final thoughts? I mean, I don't know how long this part's gonna be, but what have we missed? What have we not talked about?
What have we talked about?
We talked about a lot, for real,
Yeah, we did.
but also a little. That's the art of thoughtfulness. I keep forgetting what the book called. Is that what it's called?
No, I'm not thinking.
The Art of Not Thinking.
Oh shit. I have the option to publish it right now.
I mean, you should publish it whenever. If you want to publish it on the live stream, that'd be cool. But I mean, it's whatever you want to do.
Fuck
It's
yeah.
your book.
I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't publish it right now.
We'll publish it in the book.
Apparently done.
Nobody's watching live at the very moment, but whenever you see this bit is available right now, you can go read it for yourselves.
Just got it there.
How long is it? That was one thing I want to ask, because I just got the document. I couldn't see how many pages it was.
I mean, it depends on what you consider a page, but it's roughly 75 pages.
75, so it's like an evening read if you really sit down and read it.
Yeah,
I mean, it depends on your speed and all that shit,
I mean,
comprehension.
If you deadass read it and you're like semi-retarded, it'll probably take you a whole day. If you're not semi-retarded, it'll probably take you like less than 12 hours. Like, it'll probably take you like 5 hours, maybe. Like, basically just eat a hit of acid, read the book, feel it or don't, and then you should be done with it by the end of the trip. And you should be feeling some type of way. Whether it's good, bad, neutral, because
We need to get working on the audiobook.
yeah, we do.
I don't know anything about audiobooks, but like I said, I'm always down to help you with that. We'll learn together.
So, all I know about the audiobook is essentially I need an audio file. So I need to record it. That's about everything I know about it. I know Amazon may or may not be able to do it. YouTube should be able to record an audiobook. I kind of really want to be acid if I'm gonna be on the audio level. It's just like
Talking to you.
yeah, I mean, it's like, if I'm tripping balls reading a book.
Well, we can definitely make that happen. We can definitely figure that out.
Easily. I mean, I got like.
It's hard to trip and read, though, is all I'm saying.
No, I mean, I don't know what it is, but acid, yeah, I could read on it. It would be
You
weird.
can, I can't.
Yeah, it would be really weird. I mean, I read a lot, though. Like,
I see, like, ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics.
I mean, I'm well read.
That's the midnight mark. The book is officially dropped. I think.
I think.
At midnight.
I mean.
Go check it out, The Art of Not Thinking. I said it right that time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's still doing the pre-order.
It says free for 5 days.
It's gonna be free as soon as it's published, because then I'm actually able to do the option to make it free for the 5 days. Right now, it's still saying that it's
And then what's the price after that, did you say? $2.99.
$10 for the physical.
Be with us, you guys. It's free for 5 days. Put out the $2.99, please. You guys support artists. You guys support writers.
I mean, honestly, if you
I mean,
get
people
it,
couldn't do this shit without it.
I mean, if you get it while it's free, I still get.
Get it
money
while it's
for
free
pages read.
and buy it. I don't care. Listen to him if you want. He's being humble. I'm saying buy this shit.
I love
Buy it.
I mean,
$2.99? $2.99. That's less than a cup of coffee. It's 2020. You can't get nothing for $2.99. You can get this whole book, which is going to change your entire way of thinking and your whole life for $2.99. I'm a marketer. I'm sorry. I'm getting into it. $2.99. Buy it. Why are you thinking about it? Don't think about. It's like the book. Don't think. $2.99. Get it. Read it. Live it.
Smoke crack with your uncle. I mean,
He
he's probably
sent
a
me
cool
the
guy.
file. I'm gonna cop it for free and read it, and I'm gonna buy it. That's just how you support
Facts.
what you like. If you don't support shit, then it can't grow, and it's not gonna be there anymore. And you're gonna be stuck watching your Disney Plus and your Netflix and all this shit that's trying to program you when you can be supporting real people that are making real content to open your mind.
Speaking of Disney Plus,
Fuck it.
I haven't even watched.
A single episode.
Just out of curiosity, how is The Mandalorian doing? Are they still making episodes to it?
I don't know anything about it.
Me neither.
I loved
that's
the
probably
original
the only
trilogy.
Cool thing.
I watched the prequels as a kid, and I fucked with them hard. I was a huge Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Once Disney bought them, I was like, I'll give it a chance. I watched the first 2 movies they made. I never watched it again, and I have no intention to.
A dear friend of mine that I was chatting with.
That's some
at
thoughtlessness
my time,
right there.
Jesus
Those fucking
Christ.
movies.
You know, yeah.
They don't put any thought into making it.
Yeah.
I like a story. Speaking
Yeah.
of stories, my dude Kelson has been writing books for a while. Read his other books. They out there. Kelson Hayes. Just look up his name.
Thank you.
They out. I got some on the title.
You know
I
what?
mean,
I might actually show them, but give them a heads up.
pull them out if you want to. I mean,
Because that's another good point.
he's been doing this for a minute.
Like, I'm not like a new author.
And I'm not just talking shit about supporting people. I bought all these books from him because
Yeah.
I believe in my homie. And you should go buy him too because he's a good writer. He's be doing the shit.
My homie bought my books.
Signed, but this is going to be worth $1 million one day because he signed it. I'm not ever going to sell this. This is very precious to me. I got all of his books. When his fucking new book comes out physical, I'm going to get that shit because that's just what I do. If you have a book, send me the link. I'm gonna buy it. I don't care.
Straight facts.
If you have anything, I'm gonna hook you up. Go check out my album. Do it all, man. We about collaborating and growing together and all that shit, man. That's what I'm all about.
But so the thing with these books is
It's
they're
an
actually
experience. It's nothing like his new book.
yeah. I mean, these are no longer actually available on Amazon though, because I unpublished them.
They're coming back though.
Yeah.
One day though, right?
Yeah. So basically, my plan right now is release The Art of Not Thinking, promote that.
Right.
Once it's published, I want to essentially. This is these 3.
Is this the
books.
one that was on Amazon for like $1,000?
Nah, that was actually the original first edition of this one.
I don't think I have the first edition, but that
Yeah.
could tell you something on its own.
I mean, yeah.
They already think
that-
this dude's worth $1,000. This
that
dude
blew
was
my
mad
mind.
about someone profiting off him, and I was just like, think about this. Someone thinks your book is worth that much.
I mean,
think
big
about it that way.
facts, big facts.
No one's
But-
gonna pay $1,000 for that right
Yeah.
now, but
Yeah.
I mean, maybe one day in the future. Like I said, my book's gonna be worth millions. I'm not selling that shit.
So
Come at me, Jeff Bezos.
this one is essentially these 3 combined into a single book.
Compacted. I bought them twice.
Yeah, you really do support me more than every other homie of mine, for real. Like,
I mean,
I'm not
I
even
don't,
gonna
I
lie
don't
about
just
that.
talk. I'm really about that shit.
Like, you
But
really
This
are.
ain't about this. This is about
So-
what you're doing.
This is the 4th book, which would be a sequel to that big one.
The
But-
final book, the Iron War.
But my plan, essentially, what it is these 2 books are standalone. This is a double sequel. So what I want to do is split the double sequel into a conclusion for both books, and then at the same time, so that takes out the trilogy. It turns into 2 books. This is the end of the trilogy,
And
which
then there'll
would
be
be
a
the 3rd
trilogy
book.
again.
Facts. But instead of making it as a trilogy, I want to make it a single standalone
a
novel.
conundrum. A
Yeah.
What's it called? It starts with C. Something.
Hmm.
Oh well. The trifecta.
Yeah, facts. It would make these obsolete because essentially it would turn this into 2 books with a 3rd conclusion as the 3rd part. I want to make it a single book and then maybe possibly do 2 standalones. And then I would republish it, but I'm thinking I'm just going to do it as a single standalone book. I'm going to publish it as one book. It's going to be like probably $35 because I mean honestly,
It's a big ass book.
yeah, facts. It's over 1,200
It's a Bible.
pages. It's like literally, if you don't want to pay $35,
This is not
for
a
the
day
book-
read.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, if you don't want to pay $35 for all this content into a singularized book, then just don't. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't need your
Focus
fucking
on
money.
his new shit.
Yeah, like buy my art. of Not
$2.99.
Thinking. It'll help you.
Buy that for sure.
It'll make you a better person.
Buy the
Or-
ebook, and then when it comes out
Yeah.
physical, buy it again.
But ultimately, if you want these books, my whole logic with this is a niche. Like, not everybody likes Lord of the Rings. Not
Extreme
everybody likes
niche.
Star Wars.
This
Like
is
Star
very
Wars.
high fantasy.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
haven't said that. It's not.
Yeah, it's basically like imagine the New World Order conspiracies throughout all the time in a parallel universe, because that's basically what this is. It's like fuck the Rothschilds, fuck America, England, Europe, Asia. You've got Airborne, that's Europe. Amvarin, that's America. The Rothschilds, they've got their own fucking names. Like, I got all the parallel history, I don't give a shit. I mean, it's basically a fantasy book that's parallel to the real world. And it spans all the time. I create my own universe type shit. I don't give a fuck to explain it because the book speaks for itself. But it's gonna be $35 for the whole fucking combined
35.
book, because I mean most books you buy are between $20 to $50 anyway.
That's a lot of content.
Yeah, it's,
Honestly, if you don't buy books are just expensive nowadays.
yeah, I mean,
For
not
real.
only that, like, you buy Elder Scrolls because Elder Scrolls is fucking quality. You don't want to buy, like, these shit-ass fucking fake RPG knockoffs because they're shit. They're like a knockoff of Lord of the Rings. They're a knockoff of Elder Scrolls. They're a knockoff of this. This book is its own fucking thing. There is nothing like it. It spans all of fucking time. It is what every fucking nerd, every fucking sci-fi person would nut over. And I mean, that's what I write because it's what I've always wanted. I wanted a book that would never end, that would answer every single fucking question when it finally is over, because it never truly ends. The end is the beginning, and the beginning is the end. That's what I'm writing. And it's gonna be like $35 for that one fucking book, because it's taken me so long, and it's so much effort and so much fucking time consumption, and just so much depth that it's like, if you don't want to pay the money for it, then fuck you. I really don't give a shit. I write this for my own interest, and if you really want it, then you can pay the full fucking cost of it. You'll spend $60 on a fucking game, but you want to sit here and fucking lower down the price and negotiate on a fucking book that's basically the same quality as what you would spend on whatever the fuck else. You just don't want to spend it for someone that's not a fucking corporation. I just don't give a fuck. Like,
People are just so much more down to support a corporation than they are to actually support a human being.
yeah, I mean, and that's why it's like when I first wrote the books, I made them the bare minimum. This was $25 because it would cost me $20 to break even, so I charge $5, so I make $5.
If you don't have people doing this shit for you, it's expensive.
yeah, it's really expensive.
No matter what you're doing, no matter if you're doing books, you're making music, you're doing anything, you're making movies, that shit's
Like-
expensive if you don't have people financing that shit.
Yeah, because I mean, you need to edit your own shit, you need to produce your own shit, you need to make it, you need to fucking construct it, you need to manifest it. Every single fucking aspect you have to do for yourself, and at that point, it's like you're either doing it because you want to, or you're doing it because you're making money from it. I'm not making money. I'm just
Negative
doing it because I
money.
want to. But if people want me to do it for them, then they can pay me the fucking money, because I'm not doing this shit for free. I'm doing this shit because I want to. And if
You're
you
doing it
want
for
what I
free.
want,
You're doing
then
it for
yeah.
me.
Yeah, facts. I mean, I don't really give a shit either way. It's just, that's, like I said, that's my dream. That's my whole purpose of living. That's what I love doing. I just do it for myself. It's already in my head. I just put it on paper so other people can see it. But ultimately, I just want to make it so that I can have one copy of that when I'm done. And every other copy of it is because somebody else bought it. And if they buy it, they can pay whatever the fuck price that it is worth.
I mean, I feel like this is gonna get out there eventually. Like, you're gonna be known as one of the greats of our generation.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not just saying that. You're someone special to me. You go places, man.
I really appreciate
That
that.
is maybe not even in our lifetimes.
I mean,
'Cause that's usually how that shit works.
That's the thing. Like, I've had a handful of my buddies joke with me that the only difference between me and a Russian author is the fact that I published my books and haven't killed myself yet, because mostly that's what Russian authors do.
No one kills themselves.
I mean, I don't even give a shit really. Like, I just write these books for fun, and I mean, if they get big one day when I'm dead, that's cool. And if they don't, that's cool too, because either way I'm dead. Like, I write it in my lifetime. As long as I finish it before I die is my goal. It's not to make it big before I die. Just to be done, so I don't have to make more.
Alright, so I feel like that about does it. It's like 12 right now. We've been at this for 2 hours.
by now, isn't it?
The thing ain't 2 hours, but if you listen to the podcast, we did a live stream simultaneously. You can check that out. If you're watching the live stream, this is a podcast. You can check that out. We cross-link, whatever, all this newfangled shit. We don't know nothing about it, but we're trying our hardest.
Oh, you know what? The book's available now. See,
Books available. Go
Yeah.
get it.
You can buy it on
Everywhere,
Amazon.
worldwide, interstellar, intergalactic.
Stop thinking, just smoke crack. It's so much better than all the thoughts in your head.
Please don't listen to this dude, but buy his book and listen.
Yeah, buy my book. Don't smoke crack. Smoke weed. Weed's so cool. It never hurt anyone. Crack, I mean, that's what the government gives black people.
Alright, so this was the Sobcast. We peacing out. Fuck all of y'all. What you sobbing for? Chetty B got MIA. But that's okay. The second step. Signing out. Fuck your bitch ass.
Yeah, big facts. And are not thinking's free until September 15th.
September
Happy
15th.
9/11. Fuck you.
Happy
The U.S. killed
9/11.
Saddam.